So what is safety really, right? People throw this around like in a very loose ways, right? But it is profoundly important, and it is the root of most of the issues that you will encounter, and especially those on this website. And we oversimplify it. We think of it like safety, right? Like, yeah, there's not somebody hurt coming in through my door and hurting me or um, attacking me or whatever. But often it's much more things that we think or things that we feel that can make us feel unsafe, right? And our experiences, obviously, but it's kind of the way that we're thinking about them and the way we feel about them. And so it's much more complex, but it is key to regulating your nervous system and managing the stress responses. And that's from either fight and flight to the collapse into the freeze response. Safety is key with both of them because both are examples of being out of that range of safety. And so it's important to work with safety to learn how to create that feeling for yourself. It will empower you to feel like you have the reins to your mind and to your daily lived experience. And if you're not sure about safety, if you're uncertain, or if you need extra support, reach out to a therapist and they can help you. Obviously, if you are unsafe, then you need to turn to the resources to try to get yourself safe. But when considering safety, consider these four areas, right? With yourself, at home, in the community, your community, and in the world. All of these, there's individual videos for each one. So go into those if you want to get a little more in depth. But make sure you're turning to the resources, right? If you're unsafe with yourself, call 988, right? That is the suicide hotline. And reach out until you are safe with yourself, and then continue to reach out when you feel unsafe if you cannot come back into safety. At home, right, if you're not safe in your home, reach out to DHS if it's because of landlord situations or heating or whatever, food, safe shelter, right? And also, if you have people in your home who are unsafe, reach out to domestic violence centers and shelters so that you can get yourself and your family safe. In community, so this is where it's important to be connected with groups in your community that you feel in harmony with. And if you don't have any groups, like if you're feeling very alone in your community and targeted in your community, then you should probably consider moving. That's something, one of the best gifts a therapist gave me was to tell me that it was okay. I could give myself permission to leave Utah. I didn't have to stay and fix it because I couldn't. And so give yourself permission, right? Nobody gets to choose for you or tell you if you should stay or if you should go or if you should fight for whatever. You have to take care of yourself. So if you need to leave your community to feel safe, then do that. And if you are LGBTQ, you'll want to go to the movement, or you have a family member that is, and that's part of why you might be feeling unsafe. Go to the Movement Advancement Project, and they have regularly updated maps telling you, and you can search by various issues, and they'll tell you which states, what laws are passed in which states, and which states are safest for you. So strongly recommend that one. Safety in the world. If you don't feel safe in the world, this is where finding community really matters. Even if it's online, right? It's great if we can have person-to-person connections, but if you can't find people in your own community or in the world nearby that are like-minded or that you connect with, you're going to want to find a way to create that, right? So you can do it online or in person. And this is just search out groups that are about things you care about or about your values, right? That maybe are more in line with your values. And so find some people right? Find people, because there's no perfect place. There's lots of bad places. Yes, there are better places than the United States, but not everybody has the ability and that good fortune to be able to relocate into another country. It's very expensive. So leaving the country is not necessarily like an option for many people. Trying to connect with people helps us feel more woven into the world and less alone. And also do work of, if you are not feeling safe in the world, doing some work of acceptance, right? Because we can make steps towards change, but we can't just force change. And we can't do it all on our own, that's for sure. So accepting what we can do, right? And what we can't, and without giving up in any way. And also do some work on anchoring and grounding, because you'll want to really harness the tools that can bring you back into calm and to feeling anchored and grounded when the world as it is can so easily push us off course, as can many people. So we want to be able to bring ourselves back into our grounded, strong, unshakable center, and the anchoring and grounding work will help you with that. So just make sure you turn to your resources and do work on whatever level you need to for getting yourself safe. And really don't disregard that safety with self. Time in the cave of safety is something that I think everybody needs, because we are not taught how to do this kind of work in general. So spending time really knowing how to recognize when your system feels unsafe, and which kind of like why, and then what response, like how to shift it back into safety. So